Good day, good people. It's AT Malone, the first of my name because the second is already here. If you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell for more videos from your boy. Now it is 1:27 p.m. and it is already over 100 degrees outside. And the reason why I'm even bringing this up is because by the time you guys watch this video, my reflection walk video has already been dropped on my channel, and I actually had to do my reflection walk twice. So I was in this 100 degrees 2 times, and there's 2 reasons why I ended up redoing my reflection walk. One is because I had a stain on my shirt. I think it was probably toothpaste, because when I did my reflection walk, I just got done brushing my teeth and it was bothering me. And if I'm over here talking about having a level of self-respect and I'm having this stain on my shirt, I'm basically not practicing what I'm preaching and I'm being a hypocrite. That's one. And 2, I just didn't think I conveyed the message as much as I possibly could the first time. So when I dropped my son off at the gym, which now I'm running behind on picking him up because I should already be en route, I said, you know what, we're gonna redo this whole thing. And if you are a perfectionist like I am, this stuff is gonna happen all the time, because we want to make sure whatever project that we're working on, anything that we're investing our time, our attention, and our money into, we want to make sure that the product is not mediocre. It is the best product that we possibly can push out, and that's exactly what I did. So that reflection walk, I cooked my ass off, and I was getting cooked by the sun at the same damn time. But that's what we have to do, and this is what I want to state in this freestyle thoughts this week. Never ever forget the core of who you are, guys. No matter how successful you get, how much money, how much fame, how much clout you get, you never forget the core who you are, because as you grow and as you progress in life, you are going to see your social circle change from time to time. You might move out of one environment into a completely different environment, right? But you need to stay who you are, the core. If you have, honesty, integrity, determination, if you are consistent, if you are disciplined, and that's who you are, you need to stay that way. No matter what people are around you, what environment that you in, you stay that way. Don't you hate when people just switch up just because they might have got a level of clout, a lot of fame, notoriety, whatever, and you just completely see that person change who they are, the person that you've known for years and years and years on end, and it disgusts you. And I never wanted to be that type of person. Yes, I have always been making money over and over again as the years has passed, right? Net worth is definitely growing every single year, but I've never changed who I was when I was broke and when I was up. It did not matter. My personality never changed. I just became the evolved version of myself. So always remember that, guys. And the people that has been rocking with you from day one, you got to make sure that if they tell you, hey, you kind of switching up, you take heed to that information and you don't look down upon them because maybe you're making more money than them. Maybe you're more successful than them. You got to remember, those are your day one people. Those are the people's opinions that you definitely need to prioritize, because they've been rocking with you when you didn't have shit. So you got to make sure, guys, that you never change who you are, the core of who you are, because that's going to carry along with you, guys. And you don't want to be a fake person, a person who has forgot where they come from. You don't want to carry that title above your head. So never change, never switch up, just continue to evolve. Make sure the people that are close to you, that's been there for you for years, you make sure that you seek counsel with them, no matter what their social economic status is, because they're always going to be honest with you. They're not going to blow smoke up your ass because they don't give a damn. They seen you in your highest and they seen you at your lowest. So always make sure you keep that in mind. But that is my freestyle thoughts for the week. But now you already know we got to get into it, baby. We are on The Richest Man Who Ever Lived, King Solomon's Secrets to Success, Wealth, and Happiness. And we are starting chapter 16, titled Partnering with the Ultimate Mentor. Now, it starts off with a proverb, of course. It says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. And that's Proverbs 3:5-6. All right. Now, Solomon found the greatest partner and mentor who owned all the world's wealth and was more powerful than earthquakes and hurricanes. He could see the future in clear detail and could change the course of events. His partner could move the hearts and minds of men and women and has the power over life and death. Now, y'all keep that in mind, the power over life and death. All right. Now, from this mentorship, Solomon received more wealth and wisdom than any man who ever lived, and his partner is alive and well today and wants to be your partner and mentor as well. If you believe that God is still active in the affairs of mankind, you're going to gain Solomon's wisdom and strategies for the most incredible partnering and mentoring relationship you'll ever experience. Now, shout out to all of my atheists out there that just believes in the Big Bang Theory. They think that we just all of a sudden, due to science, got here. We evolved from monkeys, caveman, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. I ain't come from no damn monkey or no caveman. All right, I am a image of what God intended me to be. Okay, you can think that we evolved from chimpanzees all you want, but ain't no damn way I'm ever gonna believe I evolved from a damn monkey. There's no way that I think that just because of science and some sort of chemical construction created all of these things. Guys, there is always a creator of everything, and the creator of everything, when it all boils down to, is God. God is over life and death. And it's kind of like managing up in a sense when it talks about partnering and mentoring, right? Because sometimes you got to go over your manager, which means you are talking to your manager's manager in order to seek direction, mentorship. It's the same thing with God. If God is the creator, right? If you develop a relationship with him, in a sense, then you're not going to need any mentorship from any other human being. Or check this out. If you have a strong relationship with God, he will put somebody in your life to give you the mentorship, the direction that you need, because God speaks through people. Okay. And even though a lot of these atheists don't believe that, they think that, religion is, a weaponized weapon to mass manipulate people. They just don't have a relationship with God, because anybody that has a true relationship with God knows that he can speak directly or indirectly to you in order to guide your path, in order to mentor you, in order to protect you from certain things. All right. Now, Solomon's two greatest concepts. Of all the insights, principles, strategies, and laws of life proclaimed by Solomon, two stand above all others. The first is fearing the Lord, holding him in the highest esteem, the reigning boss of your life. The second concept is to have a trust-based, personal, and intimate relationship with God. But in order to do so, you must first begin to hold him in the highest esteem. You cannot trust in a God you don't know, which is true, right? It's a partnership. So with any other partnership, whether it be business or if you're in a relationship with somebody, you can't even be in a relationship with a woman, guys. If you don't trust her, it does not work, okay? Now, these two concepts proclaimed by Solomon is because applying them to your life brings the greatest reward Solomon describes in the book of Proverbs. Here are the rewards that Solomon says we can expect when we truly hold God in awe and crown him as the reigning boss of our daily life. The first one is true knowledge and wisdom. In Proverbs 1:7 and 9:10, we're told that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of understanding. God knows all, and once we fear him, honor him, and hold him in awe and make him the boss of our daily life, then he can communicate to you that which is right and that which has true and lasting value. Then you will gain wisdom as you apply to your life those things that are right in God's eyes and which possesses lasting value. Now, I've never met a knowledgeable or successful person in my entire life that did not have a relationship with God. Not one time. Because we all hit a wall. We all get writer's block, okay? We all get stuck and we're trying to figure out what's the right move to make. And you know what most people say? And I know you all heard this, right? They'll tell you, pray about it. Now, why would we pray about it? Because we're asking our leader, our father, our mentor to guide us, help us come up with the best solution to whatever problem that we have. And guess what happens? Those prayers get answered. But in order for those prayers to get answered, you got to develop a trust-based relationship. Because why would you pray to, a God that you don't trust? It doesn't make any sense, right? And these successful people, every single one, when I asked them, hey man, how did you figure this out? I prayed about it and God gave me the answer that I needed the next day, week, month, year. It didn't matter, but he answered my prayers and I followed his direction 100% of the time. Real talk. And that's why you got to make sure that you develop this relationship with him, because I know the atheists will never understand this, right? Because they're looking at it from a logical perspective. But I'm a logical person as well, very extremely logical. But I've seen things, I've experienced things that lets me know that God does exist. I have overcome things. I have survived life and death situations because of the man upstairs. I did not get to where I'm at now without having that relationship, but I had to develop it. I had to pray. I had to read. Look at what I'm doing now, breaking down The Richest Man Who Ever Lived, talking about the book of Proverbs. This is me actually continuing my relationship with God, real talk. So you guys got to keep that in mind. You have to develop that trust-based relationship with him in order for him to communicate to you, in order for him to guide you. All right. Now, and also I want to say this. My last mentor was a deacon. Rest in peace. He was a deacon, a man of the book, one of the greatest men I've ever met in my life. Okay. And he would always preach to me at work, at church, and making sure that I had a good relationship with God. All right. Now, happiness that lasts. Proverbs 28:14 states, how blessed is the man who fears always. This sounds like an oxymoron, because how can you be happy living in fear? But Solomon is not talking about earthly anxiety or terror, but his concept of fearing the Lord. The word Solomon uses for happiness isn't synonymous with cheerfulness, but rather is more akin to a deep and abiding inner joy that no one can take away from you. Now, think about this, right? We have family members. We're in relationships with people, knowing the fact that one day that relationship is no longer going to be there, right? Due to the fact that somebody's going to die eventually, and we're not living in the fear of them dying and us not seeing them again. It actually is making us grateful and happy that they're in our lives at this very moment. That's exactly what this means, guys, is the fact that you will get happiness because and you fear, because we all fear death, guys. We do. From time to time, we all fear death. We all fear the death of not only our own death, but the death of our loved ones. Even though we know that it's going to happen, it's not going to cause us not to live in a moment with them and enjoy their presence with them being in our lives. That's exactly what this means. So when we fear the Lord, we have that understanding that, what if God took his hands off of us? We would be in a bad situation, right? We would be in a fucked up situation. But fearing the fact that he is willing to take his hands off of us if we're not doing what we're supposed to do, that is the fear that this is talking about. All right. Now, strong confidence. In Proverbs 14:26, Solomon says, in the fear of the Lord, there is strong confidence. True confidence is not something you gain by psyching yourself up. We gain confidence not from within, but from fearing the Lord. Confidence pushes worry out of our minds and hearts. Failure can easily shake our confidence. We can find it much easier to place our confidence in others who have a history of not letting us down. See, this is what these atheists like talking about, because they'll put more trust into human flawed creatures than the man that created them, which is stupid, right? But anyways, we can have a similar high level of confidence in our own activities when we know that our paths are being guided by the most powerful and wisest being in the universe. God promises to direct the paths of those who trust in him with all their hearts and who acknowledge him in all their ways. In Proverbs 16:9, Solomon states, the mind of a man's plans his way, but the Lord directs his steps. If I fear the Lord, I will trust him with all my heart and acknowledge him in all my ways. As I do that, I will have the confidence that he is directing my path. Even if that path takes me through heartache and suffering, I will have the confidence that he is leading me into the center of his master plan. This bedrock confidence is promised only to those who truly fear the Lord. Now, check this out. Have you guys ever been instructed by either like a parent, a teacher, a mentor, a manager, somebody that you report to at work, right? And they give you all of the information, all of the resources, and they tell you to do it. But at the same time, you're like, damn, well, what if I fail at doing this? What if I don't execute? But I still trust this person because this person has never led me astray. And you go out there and you execute it and everything works out the way that it's supposed to. That's literally what this means, guys, is that even though you might go through hard times, you have so much confidence that God is going to lead you out of your season of the storm that you in. He is going to lead you to the path of glory, the path of success, that it helps you understand what type of God that you are worshiping, guys. Yes, once you trust that God is never going to put you in a bad situation, even though at that very moment it might be an obstacle that you have, put yourself in, because most of the time, guys, we put ourselves in awkward, bad positions by not listening, by making bad decisions, by trusting in our own hearts, that now we got to pay for that. And we can't blame God for our misfortune. No, we have to blame ourselves because we're the ones that were being hard-headed, right? We know as kids growing up, when our parents told us not to do something, we did the opposite. And what ended up happening? Bad things. It's the same thing when you have this relationship with God, right? But when you are confident that anything that you go through based upon the relationship that you have with him, you know that the path that you're going is the right path. Nothing can stop you. Nobody can sway you. Nobody can make you go in a different direction, because you know the path that he has mapped out and designed for you. And you continue to do that. And even though people might doubt it, you just continue to follow the path that he has told you to be on. And then when you cross that finish line, you look back and you see those people who doubted you. They're the ones that's going to be looking foolish, not you. I've done that over and over again because I have gone through so many things and I've chosen so many different paths that people from family, from friends told me, dog, you are crazy. You're insane. This is not going to work out for you. And I continue to stay on that path. Even when I got divorced, right? Everybody thought I was going to lose everything. And I told everybody it wasn't going to happen, right? I ended up being right because I didn't lose nothing. When I told people, guess what? I'm going to end up getting my son full time. People thought I was crazy as well. And guess what? I have my son full time. And that's the thing that you got to do, guys. Once you have that relationship with God, that is individual, right? It's between you and him. And nobody can tell you what type of relationship you're supposed to have with God, because that's between you and him. All right. Well, we are going to pick up where we left off next week because we are discussing, let's go back. We are discussing the rewards that Solomon says we can expect when we truly hold God in awe and crown him as the reigning boss of our daily lives. So we got like 5 or 6 more to hit. So make sure that you stay tuned. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I gotta pick my son up and I am out. Peace.
Feel like they trying to box me in, so I keep a small circle around.